So hello friends, today uh, we are here to see how we can use Webex. This is a wonderful platform. There can be some security issues with a lot of other things, other such video conferencing platforms, but I think Cisco is coming from the Webex is coming from Cisco, so it will be a good tool to use as video conferencing. You can take your classes, you can invite your students, and how can we do that? Let me tell you very quickly. So type Cisco onto your Google search, and you will come onto this thing. Check onto this, and then you will come onto this page. This is the home page of Cisco, and after that you go to this sign in thing. There is this drop down arrow. Clicking on drop down arrow will bring you to this Webex products. Clicking onto the Webex products would land you onto this page, and this page you have to click on to sign up because you still do not have your account onto the Cisco, so you say sign up, and signing up would take you to a page where they would ask for your email address, so you can type your email address and then you say sign up, right? So depending upon if you have submitted them an email ID which is fresh as per their servers, they will send you a link, right? And that is how you can do that. So doing that would give you this message. This says that you already have an account with us. Do you want to sign in? This is what it says. So, but when you will press a fresh email ID, they will not say this, but instead they would have written here that we have sent you a mail. Please see that mail, right? So a while ago I have checked this. So after doing this, you go to your email thing. You will see a message from Cisco, and this is how this message look like. You see, welcome to Cisco Webex meeting. This is the name that I have entered here, and for getting started they are writing all this stuff, and they are giving a username, and they are giving you a personal Webex site. This is important thing for you to enable yourself to use Webex. Then you have to click onto this create password thing. Click on to create password first time. This is only one time that you have to do this, and then you will come onto this page. This is your email ID where you have where you have typed it in the beginning. So this is their conditions of the password. It has to be of the 8 characters. It should have at least 2 letters. It should be mix of uppercase and lowercase, and it should have the numbers also. So I am typing in a password. You can type your password which you can recall and which you can remember. So you have to type it twice so that it gets confirmed onto their servers, and then you click on to continue. Doing that would create your account, and then you actually can straight away start using your Webex page. So you see, I have got a mail also, confirmation mail from Cisco. If I can click onto this mail, this says, hi Ajay, you have successfully changed your password, regards. So this is the mail that you will get from Cisco. So now I am crossing this up, and I am going on to my browser, and this is what I will see, right? This is the first time that you will see this. So they would give you some first-hand information, what you need to do. You can skip that, but the point is that these are some important things. If you will set up once, you will not have any problem. So let me tell you some important things which you can do. So the first thing is, you will see this icon here, AK. AK is my name, Ajay Kumar. You can click onto this icon and you can upload your photo, right? By clicking onto this change. Upload a picture, because this is the picture that will be available to your friends. So I am going into this thing. I am going. You can choose any of your pictures. So suppose I am choosing a picture of mine, and I say open. So they will get this picture, and you can upload your picture, right? And you can save it. So this is how, instead of this AK, now your picture would be available, so that people know that you actually can be known by the people that this is him. Now you will see this is how the interface of a Webex look like. Remember, this is only the web thing. You also have a client of Webex which you can actually also use. But the thing is that if you are using Microsoft Outlook, you can actually use the client also even to schedule the meeting. But if you are not using the Microsoft Outlook, you may not be able to schedule the meeting. So I will come on to that later on, but first let us come to this thing. Let us get used to this interface. So this is what you will get. This is your personal room. This is your this thing which is your personal website, and you will see two icons: start a meeting and schedule a meeting. You can click onto this start a meeting thing if you want to do this now only, and you can also schedule a meeting. Clicking onto schedule would allow you to set a meeting in future times, right? So this is how this interface look like. Let us go to these things one by one. So this is home icon. In home icon you will see all those things. You can actually click onto meeting, and clicking onto meeting would take you to a page where you can see your previous organized meetings, your previous meeting that you have scheduled. Now since this is a new account, I do not have anything here. You can check onto this show past meetings and you will get a list, but I do not have any meetings that I've conducted in this account, so it is not showing me anything. Then you can go to recording. Webex can record the things for you also. You can set your recording preferences. It will ask you. Ask you whether you would like to see all the recorded meetings. You can press onto all, and then you will see all the meetings that you have recorded by now with all these headings in place. Since this is a new account, I do not have anything into it. But perhaps the most important thing when you are starting to use Webex would be to check onto the preference, because here you can set how your account should run when you are running a meeting. Now, clicking onto preference would take you to this page, and you have some tabs here that you can see, and they are very much self-expressive tabs. So, in general tab, you have your time zone, so you can select your time zone. You can click onto it, and that way you can select your time zone. So, uh, I am looking at Delhi, so you can select the Delhi thing, and then language and the region. You can say it. You type your own country wherever you are from, right? So this is how I think you can set it up, right? But it is by default now. Let us see. Do we have no? We do not have. So let it be United States only. If it is not giving you any option, right? Then you go to my personal room. This is your personal room's name. You can change it. So I do not want to have this personal room thing attached with my name. So I will delete this. Let it be Ajay only. This is personal room link. This link is such that you can actually send anyone this link, and following this link they can join your meeting. So you can copy it. You can send it to people, and they can kind of join your meeting. This is your host pin, which actually you should only know, and you should not be kind of sharing with anyone. Obviously, I will change it now. And then this is automatically locking your room. By default it is set at 10 minutes. So once you have started your meeting, after 10 minutes you are not allowing to join the people. This is what it means. And then it is the notification notifying me by email when someone enters my personal room lobby when I'm away. So this is your personal room lobby, right? So when someone enters here, you should be notified by email, so you can check this thing out. And if you have some problems with it, you can click onto this I thing, and then you can see what does it mean. So similarly on the automatic lock thing, you can see that it locks your personal room after meeting starts. You can set the time till when the people can enter into your personal room, right? So when the automatic lock option is checked, you will only be able to admit people if you start your meeting from Webex meeting app, from the Webex Teams app, or from the Cisco Webex Cloud. Otherwise, you won't be able to admit people, and they will be locked out for entire meeting. Right. So this is also one thing that you should be starting the meeting from their website or app and all. Right. This is what you can do. So this is your personal room setting. Then you go to audio and video. Audio and video thing, let them be the way they are. This is by default the good settings. This is for beginners. You just let it be like this, the way you are, because you might use a separate a separate audio thing which you will be not doing now. So you will be using your own your laptop microphone, your phone microphone if you are using it on phone. So let it be like this only. And then scheduling thing, you have this email invitation. You should check this thing up, send a copy of email invitation to me so that you can see how is the mail looking like when it is going to outside people. So it is always preferable to check onto this. At least I prefer this. Then you can also check this if you want to share the recording when it is done. So you can click onto this I. This says that this setting applies to all scheduled Webex meeting and personal Zoom meeting hosted by you. So you decide whether you want to record and whether you want to share that recording, and that recording option is now here. This is important thing. Now you set it once. You have a lot of ways in which your recording might appear when you are saying or asking the Webex to record your meeting. So this is how it looks like. You can have this view wherein your content appears in the bottom of the screen, and then on the top of it you can see the participants. When you are sharing a content, when you have no content, then you are visible into the bottom part of your screen, and on top of it you have your participants. This is one thing. You also can select active speaker view, wherein you will see the content on the entire screen with a small window showing your face and your video. And when you have no shared content, then your video takes up the entire screen. And then you can talk of the content only view. If you are not willing to share your video, this is how it would look like when you are recording the things. So suppose I now prefer to do it like this, so I am now saving it. So I have saved it. So these are one-time setting that you can see. It gives you a message, your changes have been saved. So this is what we have done by now. You can go to insights. Insights actually tells you about your meetings and all that. Since I have not done anything, it is not showing me anything. And then you can download if you have recording and all, and support and all. So this is a overview of how, when you are entering into your Webex account for the first time, how would it look like. Now you can straight away start a meeting. You can click on to start if you wish to start a meeting now. And then when you will start a meeting, it would actually ask you to download the app, which is always preferable to do. It will open this app automatically onto your system. Since I have already downloaded this app, so I can go onto this thing and I can simply click onto the start meeting thing, and the meeting will start. I will show you how does it look like. But before you start the meeting, now this page is to just to ensure that how is actually your photo looking like, and is your microphone and video working good or not. So you can actually can check on those things. So you can click onto the video thing. This is how this video is looking like. So you can set the position of yours, and wherever you feel that it is good, now you can set yourself up. So you can then stop the video. So this is how you are kind of looking at. The red thing says that it is not working. The black thing or the gray thing says that it is working. So you are not mute now. It is actually working for you, right? So you can click onto this. It says, it gives you multiple things. So don't connect to audio. So you better let it be the way it is. And then you can actually click onto the setting, and the setting tells you the speaker and the microphone. So it tells you now that microphone use system setting, internal microphone is being used. You can see these little lines are actually being colored up, vibrating. These are vibrating on the frequency of the sound that the microphone of this computer is receiving. So this is just a kind of thing. You can also click on to test, and it actually then would let you know that how the sound is working for you. So you can test all those things before starting your meeting, and then you can check elsewhere, and then you can start meeting also. And this is where you can check. And after checking onto the start meeting, this is how this would look like, right? And now this is a very important interface. I would tell you how to work out onto this interface. This side speaks of the participants, and this side speaks about the people who have joined you. And these are all very ergonomically placed icons, and they explain themselves what they are. Now this is for microphone, you can mute yourself. This is for video. You click onto this and you will start seeing your video the way you were actually looking at it when you have tested it. So this is where it appears. You can uncheck it. You can use this thing to share. This is important thing, and this is where it allows you to it allows you to be very flexible into your meeting. So I can click onto the share content, and you see whatever is there is actually kind of visible. Whatever is opened on my system currently would be actually coming here. You see there is a Microsoft PowerPoint which is open currently. You see Opera, which is this thing which is open currently. I have QuickTime Player working. I have OBS working. I have my main working. I have FCP working. So everything that is working, that is open. These are windows. You see, important thing to note. The upper part of this screen actually talks about the entire screen. So whatever is open onto your screen now, that will be visible. Can you see this? When I'm coming onto this, there is this green rectangle that has been activated around my screen. Now this green thing tells you the area of the screen that it is covering, right? So when you will click onto this OBS thing, this QuickTime Player thing, this Microsoft Player thing, so it will actually share this Microsoft only, this window only, with the people that you are looking at, right? And then you have this Opera thing. So for example, for instance, I look at this Microsoft PowerPoint and I share it, and it will start sharing this presentation, and this is how it would look like. So I'm, for the time being, kind of smalling it up, because this is how we are actually looking at it. So it says you're sharing the Microsoft PowerPoint. Now this is now visible to everyone whosoever is with you in this meeting, or in this class, right? So this is how you can actually look at all your PPT thing. Now important point, this is currently into the edit mode of PowerPoint. So for example, you go onto this thing, and then you will see all those things here. So you can pause sharing, you can further share the thing, and that can be the multimedia file and all the things you can still share when you are presenting it. You can actually assign the control of this PPT to certain people. You can check it up. I will tell you what these presenter things are. These are very handy tools, and these are the tools which actually may be making the Cisco apart from all the other things. You can mute yourself. You can switch on your video. Clicking onto this will start your video, and now your video is also going to your participants, and you can see in the bottom that it is working for you, right? I have unchecked it because I do not want my bandwidth to be used too heavily. Recorder, if you will click onto this record thing, you see this thing start happening, and you can press onto record, and your entire session will start getting recorded. So it says, where do you want to save it? I say this is the path, and now it has started recording it. You can see that meeting recording is in progress. So for this much of time they have recorded it. You can cross it up, and it will keep on recording into the background. You need not to worry about it, right? So again, you can come down, and you can come to recorder, and suppose if I want to stop it now, I say stop it, and this is what they have stopped. If you will go on to your path where you have saved your recording, so you can see this is where it seems Ajay Kumar's personal room 2020 15/4. This is what it has recorded, 160 bytes and all. Now, since the Webex is currently working onto this file, it will take a little while for this file to be in a position that I can play it up. So till that time, let me go back to my this thing, right? So this is the PowerPoint that I was sharing. We are still here. Then these are the list of participants. Since there are no participants, so we will not see anything. Now you would see that this might annoy you, this little boxy thing. You can actually click, and you can take it wherever it doesn't come into your way. So I am taking it down so that it doesn't trouble me. Now I'm coming back to this. You can click onto participants. You can click onto chat if you wish to chat with people. You clicking onto this will bring you to this window, right? And crossing it up. So then you can come to this annotate. This is a very good thing. So you can click onto this annotate, and you see you have this pen selected, and you can actually write whatever you wish to write, you see. So because we need to do this many times when we are onto the PowerPoint, specifically when we are talking to students, we have to do a lot of things, and that is what we can actually kind of do by using this option, right? So you can write text, you can do a lot of things, you can play around with all those things, and you would know what does it empowers you to do. You also have an eraser which you can kind of press, and that thing will go away, right? So this is what your annotation thing is about. Then you have the more thing. you can take notes, and these are all very handy things that you can actually look at. So this is what you would see when you are sharing a window of it. Now I would, if you now would like to stop your sharing, you can click on to stop sharing thing, and you will again come back to this thing, right? Now important point to note here is that the PowerPoint that you were looking at now was actually into editable mode. But many times we do not want to show that thing. We want to show the slideshow to the people. So for that, what you can do, you go to your PowerPoint, you play it up in the slideshow mode. Now this is my PowerPoint visible to us. Now you can go on to your Webex meeting, and now you can come to the share, and now you can share your PowerPoint. Now what you are sharing now is, it is a F5 thing, right? So this is the F5 thing. So now you can continue with your this PPT, right? So this is as if you are presenting a PPT. So this thing is floatable thing. You can bring it here and there, and you can kind of seeing this thing out now. Now these things are not visible to the people who are seeing this. This is only visible to you because you are hosting the meeting, right? So I'm now again going back to this. I'm stopping the share, and this is how you can do it. And then you can come to PowerPoint, and you can also get rid of this F5 thing, right? So this is how you can share your PPT. Now, so this is what this recording thing tells you. This is what the sharing thing tells you. Recording, I have already told you. This is the participants list. We do not have any participant, only me here. So this is why you cannot see it. This is the chat box. Clicking this will give you this. And then you have this three dot thing. This three dot thing would give you all those things that I have shown you when we have looked at the PPT. Then this cross sign actually tells you to, you would use it when you want to close your meeting. Now since we do not have participants, so we actually are not knowing how would it look like. So what I will do now is, I will give you an example where more than 25 students have joined me in a class that I took onto this Webex meeting. So you can actually go back to your participants, and you can give them some rights so they can present from their end, and it is as if they are presenting. So it is kind of a virtual room that you are looking at it now. So I hope this would have made you little aware about how does the Cisco Webex meeting look like. So now I am crossing this up. So I am ending the meeting now, end meeting, and that would actually take me out of this. And now I am coming back to my this thing. So you say this, your recording has been saved to your computer. This is what it says. So you can open it up. This is what I was telling you, and you can now play this. So playing this would actually take you to whatever you have stored, right? So this is how you can record your meetings also on the go. So this is what it is playing, right? Okay, so now I am crossing it up. Now I am coming back to my this thing, right? So this is what the this is what my account is. Now I come back to that place. Now this is about the start a meeting thing. You can also schedule a meeting. Most of the times you will be doing that if you're using it for teaching purpose. And to do that, what you can do is you click on to schedule, and clicking on to schedule would actually land you up to this page, and then you see a meeting type. So you say it is free meeting that I want to do, and this is what you can select. Meeting topic, you can say test class, suppose, if you are willing to do this. This is meeting password. You can change the password if you wish to do that. That should be adhering to all those conditions. And then the date and time, you click on to when you bring your mouse over it, it would actually give you this thing. You can select any date. So 23rd April, if I want to select at say 11 a.m. So I would select 11, you select AM, and then you select the duration. So suppose if I would like to do it for 2 hours, select 2 hours and you say done. Then you can type in the attendees address here also. So for example, let me hypothetically put in a email ID here, which is my another email ID, so that I can show you how does it look like. And this is how it looks like now. Then you go to now this invitation would go to this email. You can type in more emails also. So you would say enter, this email would come down, and you can then type more emails to it. Then you have the show advanced options. You should click onto this so that you know how you have set up your meeting. Audio connection options, you can click onto this and you can know what it is. Then you can go into agenda. When you will click, you can type in. This is just a test meeting. So you can type whatever you type, that would be then visible to the other peoples also. You also have the scheduling options. You actually can decide what you want to do with your this meeting. You can check this if you want the attendees to have an account on this site in order to join this meeting. So this is something that you should not do. Depending upon if you wish to do it, you can do that. Exclude password from email invitation. So you can check this up. Email invitation won't include the missing password or numeric meeting password. You will need to communicate them separately. So you should uncheck it, let it go with it. This is how you can do that. Join before host. Attendees can join the meeting 5 minutes before the meeting start time. So this is what you can change also. You want them to sit before you come, say 10 minutes, you can make them happen. So the largest time that Webex allows you is 15 minutes, right? Then you have email reminder 15 minutes before the email can go to all the attendees that you have actually sent invitation to. Meeting options, you can edit the meeting options. This is important specifically when you are using it for teaching purpose. What you want your participants to do. So select options that you want participants to have when meeting begins. So you want them to chat, okay, click on to chat. You want to take notes, you can actually do that, and you can click OK. So that is what you have now allowed them to do. Important point is to check the privileges that you're giving when you are scheduling this meeting. So edit attendee privileges. Clicking onto this will give you this window. Can participants view the other participants? If you want them to view, you can check onto this. Save, print, annotate. Can they annotate? Which means can they also kind of, when you allow them to present something, can they also do this pen thing that I have shown you a while ago? So this is the annotate thing. View participants list. If they view this. Control desktop remotely. You should uncheck it. You do not want them to control the desktop. So you should uncheck this. So this is where you can actually look at this. Participate in private chat with. So when I am using it for class purpose, I usually do not allow the people to chat themselves. So I have to uncheck this other participant. So either they can chat with the presenter, whosoever is presenting. So I can give presentation rights to some other student. If he is giving a presentation, he can chat with this presenter, because if he has some questions, he can write this question to the presenter. He can write to me because I am the host, but he cannot chat with other participants, so that they do not get into the talking in between. And this is how you can say okay, and then you can kind of schedule the meeting. So clicking onto the schedule, you have all these options now available to you. You can now check onto the schedule thing, and now your meeting is scheduled. So now whatever email that you have typed in, the invitation would go onto this email, and this is how this would look like now. So if you would, very important thing, if you would go back to your email, you see this is my another account. You can see this is that account that I have typed the email to invite the people. So the people would receive an email like this, and they would actually kind of join the meeting by clicking onto that, and they can directly go and join the meeting, right? So this is how the email would look like. So this is how you can schedule the meeting, and how you can start the meeting straight away. There the time thing has not been rectified. You can look at this time, 11 a.m. It should be the Indian Standard Time, not the Kuala Lumpur time. So you can, so this is a fix that we need to do, and you can go on to the edit thing for that. So I have come to the edit thing. So now you say the time is not selected for the Indian region. So you can go and you can kind of type in, or you can select where do you find our time. This is here New Delhi, right? So then you need to change it, because it has shifted now. So 8 a.m. We have tested it for say 11 a.m. So you can set it again at 11 a.m. So we have done these corrections. 23rd done. So now it is New Delhi time, 11 a.m., 23rd of April for 2 hours, and now you save it, right? So this is what we have saved now, and now this thing has kind of changed what we have got now. So this is how you can kind of do this. You will see that a new mail has come. You can look and check this mail, and now this mail would have a time which is 11 a.m. Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, India, Indian time, right? So you can then the participants can go and can check onto the start meeting, right? So this is how you can schedule your meeting. So I am kind of crossing it up. So this is the title that it will come to you with is Ajay Kumar changed the Webex meeting information. So what is the change? I have changed the time thing, right? So it has now become Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Delhi, etc. Right. So this is how you can schedule the meetings. You can start the meeting straight away. Now, in addition to that, I must also tell you all the participants whom you have invited, when they will click on to join the meeting, when they will click on to this join meeting, automatically a app of Webex would be downloaded. They must download that app and they must kind of use it. And this app would appear like this in the bottom. You see, this is how it would look like, right? So you can click onto this app and you can also download it, and clicking onto this app would give you this thing. Now this is my another Webex account, and this is how it would look like, how I have upcoming meetings. So marketing management class I have scheduled from 10 to 12 on 15th of April, that's today I have conducted. So I can refresh it. Maybe tomorrow it will not be appearing here, so for today it will be there because it shows the meetings that you have scheduled for the day. Now you can straight away by clicking onto this start a meeting from here only, and there is a link also here, schedule a meeting. Now this is what I want to tell you, and this is important also in the sense that when you are scheduling a meeting from the app, let's see what happens. I am clicking onto schedule, and clicking onto schedule would actually, you see it has enabled activated my Microsoft Outlook. Now this is the application that I am currently not using, right? So you can click onto this Microsoft, and then this Microsoft thing would then come to you. Either you set up your Microsoft things, right? You can do that. If you are currently using Microsoft, you can do that. But since I am not using Microsoft, so I am not able to schedule the meeting using that app. So what I can do from here is, do not feel that it is not working. You can cross it. You can further cross it. You get out of your Microsoft Outlook thing, and when you want to schedule, you should go to the web web portal of this WebEx, and from there only you should schedule, because otherwise it would ask for the web, the Microsoft Outlook client. So those who are using Microsoft Outlook, they can use this app also to schedule their meetings. Those who are not using Outlook, they should go to this thing, which is the web only, and from there on they can set their meeting, right? So this is how the WebEx would look like. This is how initially how we can use it. Now let me quickly show you how to handle and what all you can do when you are actually having multiple participants in your class that is going on. The functions that are available there are quite interesting functions, and let me quickly show you all those functions. Stay tuned. So friends, now you can see that this is how this is just to let you know that how it would look like when you have more participants in you. You can see that onto the right hand side I have 17 participants currently, and you can actually scroll this list down. You can see that onto the right hand side you have this microphone thing which is cut, so that means they all are muted. So this is me, I have unmuted myself, now I can speak. So this is how the middle screen would look like, and now as the participants keep on coming in, the number would keep on increasing, so the other people can speak. Now you see, important thing is, you can actually look at the participants, and you can actually transfer the presentation rights to these participants. So friends, here what I am trying to do is, this is one of my student Amartya. I want him to speak up and I want him to present. I am presenting, but I want him to share his screen. So you can see into the list onto the right hand side, you can see my mouse cursor. I slowed this video so that you can follow it up. Now what Amadita will do, he has prepared a presentation. He is using his mobile phone, he has downloaded his application, and on that mobile phone he has kept his PPT, which he will be sharing with entire class. As you can see, there are 33 students in this class now, right? So to do that, what you do is you just come to that student you want to give the presentation rights to, and by going to his name, you will see that right click, and by right clicking you see change role to will come, and here you select presenter. When you will click onto the presenter, you will see a new window coming up that is transferring the blue thing from you to this student. Now what is happening, the rights of presentation are being transferred from you to this student, and that is how you see you can actually transfer the rights. Sharing your screen, uh, you are using a mobile phone, so you can share your screen and you can play your presentation. Please start. Over to you, Amartya. So friends, now what is happening, Amartya has started sharing his screen. You can see, we can see his phone screen now. He has app installed on his phone, and now he will go to his PowerPoint. Now he is actually kind of opening his PPT, and after opening his PPT he will put this PPT into the slideshow mode, and putting that into slideshow mode, the PPT as is visible on his phone would now be visible to us, and he can present.
So, good morning everyone. So today I'm gonna speak about advertising.
So
So should I get the access to share my screen, please?
Sandeep, I have two names with the Sandeep. So which one is you? You have
So
not
actually,
done.
I was trying to try out over my laptop and phone too, and I think if it won't work on my laptop, then I'll go for my phone. So
So let me first give you onto your laptop thing, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, I have given you the rights now. So as other student Amartya has done it on mobile phone, so similarly it can be done on desktop also if student is on desktop. Now here this student has shared his desktop screen, and as is possible on mobile phone, so is on the desktop. Now he has shared his screen, and now he is opening his presentation onto his desktop, and as soon as he will be able to open his presentation, we will be able to see it. Now he has opened his PowerPoint. Now he will go into the slideshow mode, and then he actually can start presenting it. So this is his presentation, and that's how we can do it. So friends, the idea of this recording was to let you know how we can use Webex, because the class is full when we can fully interact, when the student can also present, we can see him, we can see his presentation, we can see his efforts, not only we as teachers presenting. So I hope that you would have liked this video, and if it makes sense to you, don't forget to like it and share it. So thank you very much, and happy learning using Webex, and let's make good use of these corona times. Difficult times gives us more room for innovating more and more. So use Webex, and I think you are going to love it. Thank you very much.